in 2023, what happened was the sidewalks had a few compliance issues. I think there was some heaving and maybe some breaking and different things that made them unsafe for walking.
You know, if someone needs to do a sidewalk repair, you know, obviously that falls on the homeowner. If they can't afford it, then there's a process that they go through with the city to get that done. And when that happens, it's concrete is put in. But what we have is original brick sidewalks in our neighborhood. And we have, Capitol Park actually has the most concentration of original brick sidewalks in the entire city. And so it's kind of a unique feature for our neighborhood that is important. That's where the city approached us, and they wanted to try to figure out a way to restore the brick.
It's essentially because all of these brick sidewalks have been around for several decades in the city. And with the right amount of maintenance, it can continue serving for several more decades. It adds a lot of historic character. It adds a lot of sustainability aspects, touches on sustainability, and adds more richness to the neighborhood.
We got the Prairie Meadows funding, and then we got the Polk County funding. That's when the city came on, and they matched our funding, and then they also took on the project. And when that happened, everything became much easier for us as a neighborhood.
We were the last piece that came in because we had some unused funding from our Community Development Block Grant program. And so that's a federal grant source and has a lot of rules, but it's a great gap filler for, you know, public infrastructure projects, for example. And our engineering department has great experience following all those rules and those compliance guidelines. So it just happened to work out well that our group, who does this grant administration with all these rules, could come in and do such a wonderful historic preservation project.
The project was designed by Chris Kuhl, and so it started with demolition. Then they put the foundation down, and then we have a few days of curing, and then we put the sand and then the brick on top. Rather than the 3.5 to 4 foot wide, it's now 5 foot wide. The big thing I want to let you know is we put a structure underneath it where before it was just on dirt. So it should last a lot longer. And then we have a polymer sand that's locking the brick together, and that's the process, and then sweep it, and then you open it up.
It helps the city to complete projects and move forward and implement when we know that there's buy-in from the neighborhood and that this is what they want as a project.
The neighborhood association was a strong piece in this, and then they ended up taking ownership of this process and running with it and applying for these grants. And the city pretty much was like more of a facilitator, trying to explore these ideas and make those connections happen for them.
The sidewalk isn't maybe the most exciting thing in the world, but to me it is. And it's a big deal if someone helps get you a sidewalk repaired, and not just repaired, but it done beautifully and in a way that preserves the historic character. And so don't take it for granted when you walk on our sidewalk.